Walmart's new bike launch just hit a standstill, and I want to talk to you about that because I reached out to my contact with Walmart. They can't tell me in super detail what's going on, and I know a lot of you probably think I work with Walmart or they pay me. It's just a handshake partnership, nothing on paper or anything like that. So what they can tell me is limited. But they did tell me that they were working on things internally to make things right with the customer. And they also have a new delivery date. All right, I know you've been wondering what bikes I got. I've been seeing it a lot in the comments. I want to show you what bikes I have. I got rid of quite a few bikes because it was just getting out of control. I hate selling bikes on Facebook Marketplace. You know how much of a hassle that could be. So that's why I was keeping so many, because I just didn't feel like dealing with that. But it got to a point where I got to get rid of some. So I got rid of a few, but I'm gonna show you the ones I still have. If y'all wanna see what bikes I got, make sure you stay to the end of the video. I gotta pick up some stuff in Walmart today, so I figured let's go into Walmart and see what bikes they got in the store. Because I actually been seeing people who've been having issues with the bikes that they ordered, the Fast Flow specifically, and they told me they were working on it and figuring stuff out for the customers, and they were gonna rectify it. But they do have a new delivery date. I had a guy reach out to me from the Denver area. Actually, he was wanting me to come check it out, and it was supposed to be delivered on the 13th, if I'm not mistaken, but they pushed it back to October 2nd, and I think it's on the website too. I'll try to put a thing up on the screen. I think they pushed the delivery date to October 2nd. But yeah, they don't really have any bikes here. I'm gonna show you the best bike that money can buy right now. So I think they might be renovating this store. I saw it at the entrance. So here are all the kids' bikes. And then they have the other bikes down here. What's this, the Vibe? I think this is the Vibe. Yeah, that's the Ozark Trail Vibe. They got the Vibe. They have the Ozark Trail G1 Explorer. Now, in my opinion, I think that's the best new bike money can buy right there. For what you get versus the price, just for bike's sake, just a bike being a bike, that's the best bike money can buy right there, in my opinion. Now, what I think happened is, I think they might not have been able to get the bikes or the parts in. I think something might have happened where they just couldn't get the inventory in, honestly. And they were saying they wanted to put higher quality parts on the bike, so they wanted to source a lot of the parts, if not all of them, in Taiwan, like most other high quality bikes get their stuff. It's usually manufactured in Taiwan. So they were telling me when I was in Bentonville that they wanted to do everything in Taiwan. So switching up stuff like that, I'm sure it's not an easy process. This is just me speculating, but I think they probably had issues getting stuff over here. So if that's the case, that's understandable. But another thing is, I think they probably underestimated how sought out this bike would be. I think a lot of people, more than they expected, want this bike, and I think there were a lot of pre-orders. So that could be an issue too. They probably didn't have the inventory to meet the demand, but they did say this was a trial period. They were only going to do a certain amount of bikes, but maybe they didn't do enough bikes, and maybe that was the issue. It could have been a number of things. You just never know. But that's just me speculating. So we're going to go over here, get some items, and then we are going to go back and I'm going to show you what bikes I have. But let me know down below what you think the issue is and what you think is the holdup with that bike. Because I think a lot of people are wanting that bike, and maybe it just couldn't meet the demand, or maybe they just couldn't get the stuff over here like they thought they could. Could be a number of different things, and I think I'm going the wrong way. But let me know what you think down below. Now let's go check out what bikes I have. I got stuff everywhere over here. This is all my muck off stuff. I need to hook up the pressure washer and all that stuff. But we're gonna start over here with these bikes. I'm gonna tell you which ones I got over here, and then we're gonna work our way around. This first one right here is the Imminent Onset. This is a carbon mountain bike. It's 150 front, 140 rear. And this is Eminent Cycles. They unfortunately went out of business, but I still love this bike. It's the first company that I ever reached out to because I like the bike so much. And they were glad to work together, and I was super appreciative. Sad to see them go, but this definitely is a mainstay. I don't think I would get rid of this bike. This is the Breezer Thunder. I love my Breezer Thunder. This is my rigid mountain bike. I put the Jones bars on there. I haven't ridden it in a while. I gotta ride it here soon. During the fall and winter, that's when I start pedaling more because I don't go to the bike park I don't go to the bike park at all because it's closed, but we start pedaling more and then we start bringing these bikes out. And this is a steel frame. It feels unbelievable. We got the Trek Roscoe 9 right here. This is my all-time favorite. I'm starting to have second thoughts, honestly. I'm starting to like this one better than I like the new Trek Roscoe 8 for some reason. I feel like this one is more burly for some reason. It just feels more stout. The other one feels more nimble, kind of like a dirt jumper or similar. But this one feels like a tank of a mountain bike. Sometimes I don't even feel like I'm riding a hardtail with this. Then we got the Intense 951. If you can get on bikes online and still find one of these, I think they only have them in small now. If you can get an Intense 951 for the price they have it right now, I think it's at $2,100. Definitely check the link in the description for bikes online because this is a heck of a deal. This is a carbon mountain bike, 160 front, 150 rear, plenty of travel for whatever you want to do with this bike. Then we got the dirt jumper over there. I'll try to leave a link in the description to some videos of how this bike came about, because if you've been around a while, you know we went through some stuff with this bike, but it all came out to be a good thing. So that's the GT La Bamba right there, the dirt jumper. I don't ride it as much as I thought I would because I like to stay low to the ground nowadays. I don't know how many more falls I have in me, so we don't take that one out too often unless I'm feeling real confident that day. Right here we got the Polygon Siskiyou T6. This is an absolute beast for the price. I do plan on upgrading this suspension, but as of right now, it's perfectly fine. I just want to deck this bike out because it looks so good. It makes me want to take it to the ultimate level. So I do plan to do some big things with this bike. This is the Anioki e-bike. I definitely got to keep this because this is a legit mode of transportation. It's got 200-mile range on it. So we're going to keep that in the stable for sure. Got the Mongoose Fat Tire bike right there. Haven't ridden that yet. That's actually for sale too. So I'm trying to sell that one. Then we got the Fuji road bike. A lot of y'all don't know I got a road bike, but it's got a flat tire right now, so I haven't ridden it in a while. But yeah, we got the road bike. Plan to get that out a little bit more, get in a better shape for when I start pedaling more. We got the Trek 930 from the bike farmer himself, straight out of Waterloo, Wisconsin. And look at this. If you can see it, it's manufactured in the USA. So this is when they were still making them in the USA, which is awesome. I think that's the first bike I've owned that was manufactured in the USA, so that's pretty cool. And you'll be surprised at how good this bike rides. It's unbelievable. For as old as this bike is, and it does have some newer parts on it, it feels like a modern day bike as far as the smoothness. And the gears switch so good. That bike is just in pristine condition for what it is. Then we got the Superior 929, 949. I can't remember which number this is, but this is a cross-country race bike. This is the aluminum one. This one is actually for sale too. Then we got the Breezer Radar X Pro. This is probably the bike I would keep. If I had to choose one bike, somebody said, hey, you only got one bike you can keep and you got to get rid of every other bike you have, this would be probably the bike that I would keep because it's so versatile. And as you can see, I even put mountain bike tires on it. This is a sick bike. Then we got the SE Bikes Fast Ripper right here. This is what I do all my wheelies on. This is my fun bike when I just want to get out and catch a vibe. I just go out and do some wheelies and it makes the day better. Then we got the infamous Ozark Trail Dual Slalom. And I was just watching Wolf Tick videos. They got a Fox 34 130 fork for $229 off of Jensen. I think I'm gonna try to get that and put it on this bike. Oh, let me know if you got any rear suspension options that are pretty legit. That's a lot better than this D&M. I thought this was gonna be good, but I kind of don't really like it. So I want to switch that out too. So I want to put the Fox 34 up front, and then whatever you can recommend that would make this bike ride a lot better on the rear. Give me some options that would fit this bike. Then we got the other Superior race bike over here. This is the carbon race bike. I'm gonna keep this one just in case I do a cross country race or ride again. This is the Priority 600, the bike packing bike. Gotta keep the bike packing bike. You never know when you might need that. This bike is awesome. Even though I haven't ridden it in a long time, hopefully I can ride it here soon or go on a bike packing adventure. You just never know. Then we got the Priority 600 HXT, the beast of a hardtail. This thing is a straight tank, indestructible. It's a little bit on the heavier side, but I think the durability and the components you get on it, that outweighs the weight. And this bike is a Specialized, that's not mine. And then we got the Mongoose right here. So this is the Mongoose Dirt Jumper. I plan on selling this one as well. I need to put grips back on here. Since I got the GT La Bamba, I might ride this a couple more times, but I think I would just sell it, get some more space in here, because I don't really ride it, and I'd rather somebody who would truly enjoy it and give it a lot of trail time or pump track time. They'd be better off with this than me. But yeah, that's all the bikes right there. I don't know how many that was, but you can count and let me know. But yeah, those are all the bikes I have right now.